this weekend was the worst. You know, we were up 2-0, and thank God, because I've been such a big sports fan my whole life, I've realized you don't go on Twitter and get too cocky before it's actually over. But every part of me wanted to go on Twitter and just flame every Atlanta fan because I was so hyped. It sounds fun to be an owner. It sounds like it gives you some clout. The only thing it's giving me is agita.
Stepping like a concrete mixer, all these odd thoughts flicker while these soft parts flutter. Churning all that glitter ain't gold by the digits, so they got 'em in the gutter. You will find it where the road hits the rubber stamp. Hold to the underbelly, fall with the upper hand, please. I tell myself, breathe, tell you part of my reach. I thread the needle through the heart of the dream to see what part of it bleeds.
What's it like, bro?
8.7.
I like that, Nate.
That's good, Dad.
That's what he did say.
Going to Atlanta, hosted by FaZe, your former team, is there a little bit of like a grudge, rivalry, anything like that, or are you just going representing Minnesota?
A grudge against Atlanta for me, personally, no, not at all. I mean, literally, I like everyone on that team. Those guys are all like one of my great friends, like to this day, and it's been like a 3-year like relationship.
My first ever interaction, yeah, he was a subscriber to my Twitch channel, and one of my first ever interactions was when I was doing subscriber tournaments back in Black Ops 3, and I saw him play, and I was like, wow, like, Asim is amazing. And me and my assistant coach, who's also the assistant coach for Atlanta FaZe, like saw this guy play, and we're just like, this guy is like incredible. Like, this guy is so good. Like, he should not be just like playing subscriber tournaments. He should be doing something more. He kind of just kept playing with our friends group, and this became like not even just like a subscriber or anything like that. Like, he became part of our family, you know. Like he's one of my best friends. Like, I love him like a brother now. Made a pretty good name for himself already, right? Like, he was on FaZe Clan last year, did really well, got a couple top 4 placings if I'm right. And then now he's on Minnesota, which I think is a great team. They played really good at the last event they played. Like they're just a good team, you know. They have so much core talent.
Well, with like the power rankings right now, like we want to make sure we make a statement against Paris, because it seems like everyone thinks us and Paris are like at the same level at like 3rd and 4th spot. So we're just trying to make sure that we like make a statement, because it's been a while since we've played on LAN. It seems like some people might be starting to forget about Minnesota. So we're gonna make sure we beat Paris and then try to win the tournament.
It's 7 a.m. and I'm feeling great.
With our Saturday match being at 10 a.m., we had to be at the venue by 8 a.m., so everyone that day was waking up at 6:30.
Obviously, since we're the first match, both days, we had to get used to waking up early, because you know some gamers don't have the best sleep schedule.
It's time to word up FaZe, #get busy.
Coming out against Paris and showing we're the better team was very important to us, because before the event started, everyone was predicting that Paris were going to beat us. We knew that we were the better team, and we just had to make a statement right then and there. And plus, Kismet's my best friend on that team, so I had to put him down real quick. Love you, buddy.
There it is, the Minnesota RØKKR again going 2-0 from the launch weekend, now in their first tournament. How will they fare against the mighty Paris Legion will be coming up next. Atlanta, it's time. Let's get this tournament underway. A quick bit of a refrag there from Shox as he takes him down. Alex trying to find the kills through mid. He does. And this is it. A big push now, leading off the back of these kills from Alex. Honestly, this is exactly what we expected from these two teams coming into this one. We knew it was going to be a closely contested matchup. We couldn't quite place them.
It looks like Paris Legion are going to close it out here in game number 1. Paris lead.
Cuts Luca down straight away to the scene with the first blood. Asim finds a second on the Z. That's disgusting. Makes it away safely. Got our X now. This line might be a hindrance. He's playing. Oh, that's a nice shot.
And it's all up to Dens. Last alive, but he's going to fall as well. And RØKKR strike back with a 6-3 victory on Search and Destroy, tying the series up 1-1. 50-point lead now for RØKKR, and they are sitting pretty, having fun, and they are slaying out their minds.
Plug that flag back in, and it's not going to happen. Silly holds him down. He's going to get the kill. He's going to get A, and this is looking even better for Minnesota. This is looking like another map win. That is going to be it. The final 5 seconds of the domination here on Hackney Yard. And oh boy, Minnesota RØKKR have absolutely devastated the map there. That's going to be a 2-1 lead here in the series. Asim in from behind, finds himself 2. There's a third if he wants it. And this is a great turn of event. This is the end. This is the Ragnarok, baby. It's all over. The Minnesota RØKKR get it done. 3-1 over the Paris Legion.
Everything just sounded a bit. They slowed it. Everyone just sounded a little bit like that. I'm not gonna lie.
They slowed the pace down. It was the same they were doing in film where they were just.
Yeah. They were so slow.
Get him.
Look at it, boys.
Good, baby. When do you play?
Huh?
When do you play?
12 or like 1 o'clock. I think we gotta buy some.
SD's looking better.
That's what I'm saying. I was watching the Peter Griffin. Yes. I love this. I love this, yo.
Just a small piece. Adam Hunky. No, I just need a little something. Here you go.
Take like half the thing.
Take it.
We felt pretty good against Chicago, even though in scrims leading up they were getting the better of us most times we were playing. We knew they weren't looking the strongest this event since they just had that Game 5 round 11 versus Toronto right before, but they just ended up playing better than us. We were making a few mistakes. They had a lot more repetitions on LAN as they went to London prior and ended up winning that event. I think if we had a few more series on LAN going into that matchup, we would have been able to take it.
RØKKR were our biggest surprise, maybe to start. They come in and upset Paris in a big way. Now, do they have what it takes to go up against Huntsman? Well, right now it is all RØKKR. It is 56-0 as they are dominating the early going. It does not get cleaner than this.
As now Minnesota, they have the Chicago team spawn towards the back. Silly and Asim, they're going to find 4 kills.
RØKKR just came in and gave them the old uppercut. They look to close it out there, and they do it. RØKKR with the map 1 win.
First map, we pretty much smoked them, to put in lack of better terms. But after that, it's just the little mistakes ended up biting us in the end.
Against like teams like Chicago and FaZe, like we're so like heavily skilled in terms of like gun skill and teamwork that it literally comes down to like the very little things. Like if someone makes a little mistake and if they capitalize on it, they'll win.
But they might just put this game out of reach here in the next few moments.
Got Rex. I mean, he 30 and 15 for the loss. He dropped 30 kills, double positive. See the close ones, even with 5 dead, they're still just trying to flip Chicago. Is it ever gonna happen?
Moving on, it's Huntsman. They close it out in 4.
The evening losses to Dom, that 1v2 first round of SD.
It was like a lot of frustration between like us as a team just because of like all the little stuff that happened. It wasn't like frustration against each other or like anyone playing super bad or anything like that.
No one was mad. There was no finger pointing whatsoever after our loss. I would say it was definitely more constructive for us.
Being able to have that loss and go back and see the mistakes we were making helped us out for our, series later on in the tournament.
I only have my jersey on, bro. I just have my t-shirt on.
Against Paris early in the morning, we were super confident because we already beat them pretty dominantly, and we knew that we lost that first hardpoint because we weren't even warmed up. It is pretty hard to play the same team again on the same maps like the next day.
The Minnesota RØKKR. Again, Phil, you said it best, my friend. They've done it once before, and if they can do it again, then they will be advancing onwards to that semi-finals. Of course, an elimination matchup. The loser goes home. The winner advances it onwards. Here we go, friends. The first game of Sunday is now underway.
Silly 8-4. Assault finding his 8th kill as well. But the kill feed, the majority of that is, of course, that Grey, that RØKKR, as we head over to the crate shortly. Maybe this is where Paris can get back into it.
Assault in from behind now. They hit fireworks out there with the M4, and that's going to be it. They're playing from behind. The timing, the patience, the skill.
We got to see the next rotation. Look at number 7. Zet's already there. Zet's got it. Zet's jumping in, and Zet's got a club up clutch for Paris.
Oh boy, we're going to a game 5. One more map to decide who advances into the semi-finals until he exposes himself. Shots trying to hit the right flank, smokes go through. In a great position to possibly catch that player there coming through. Oh, there you go, from Forest, but it's going to be a Seam who gets the first blood on the Zed, the aforementioned player atop of the crates, and here we have it. 20 seconds left on the defuse, sneaky, but that's it, 4 dead for Paris. That's the round, Minnesota. What a decisive take. It did not go down, it is a pixel away. They have to get on it right now.
Did they do it in time? Did they do it in time? One. Oh, bombs down, 45-second extension, all down to Kismet. And just like that, RØKKR clutch up once again. Might be first through. Asim's gonna sniff out one. Good night, Luca. Answered back by Shox. Asim doesn't stop though. The speed on that kid is incredible here. Till he finds another now. So down to Zed and Dens.
Oh my word, Asim has just cut through that one. He's going to go for the AR as well. Now it comes down to Zed in a 1 versus 2. He managed to find one. Zed, run for it. Last player left alive. 52 seconds left on the clock. He has the bomb. He's about to run into the remainder of the RØKKR though, and this is it. This is the end. Unless Zed can find something. Silly, propped up. He has not activated Dead Silence. He's going to be going the wrap, and it's going to be Asim. He finds it, but the trade is there. Minnesota RØKKR, 6-0. That's the series, and they will be advancing onto the semi-finals.
It definitely felt nice to not be in a stressful Game 5. It was a bit of a weird 6-0 though. There was a lot of close rounds in that game, and even though it was a 6-0, a lot of those rounds could have gone either way.
Game 4 was a little iffy, but I'm just happy we clutched up in the end. That was mad.
After we beat Paris, like we did vetoes, and then just right away we went back into the practice room and played Chicago for a couple maps, and then just right away again we're just back on stage playing.
We knew that we match up really well against Atlanta, probably the best team in the league to match up against them. Like going into it, we weren't super scared or anything. Like we didn't think that they were like way better than us or anything. Like we knew that it was going to be a tight matchup, and we knew that if we played our game, we'd actually win.
Minnesota have fought their way through the Group B, and now they are here against definitely the toughest opponent they will face thus far in the COD League. It is going to be an absolute matchup for the ages for them.
Both teams seen success, and again, that's what you expect from semi-finalists. Is off the marks, and here we go. Minnesota, great in the warehouse, flips the spawn, holds this one as well. Very, very strong start from RØKKR. Kill feed's all white. RØKKR, they're in and about.
And again, you are seeing Minnesota light up the kill feed. Alex finds 5.
No brace gotta come in. Nobody from FaZe is close. And Minnesota take map number 1. Hardpoint goes against FaZe, and that is probably one of the first times you've heard me say that. Incredible stuff from RØKKR. For both squads, everyone's alive. No one has dropped just yet. Priester has that bomb, looking like they're trying to edge their way. Oh my goodness.
He didn't even mean to hit that guy. It was just Silly in bad timing. Right. Priester now moving his way in towards B, and Silly again with these exceptional kills, 4 and 2. So difficult to deal with, and RØKKR strikes true with a sniper. All onto a BZ. He has to make this go on his own, and he can't do it. It just fell to pieces towards the end. 6-2 is the final score of the S&D.
Those first 2 matches, especially the first map, like being on Hackney bad side, it was like an unheard of thing to do against a top team. So we were super hyped up after being up 2-0, and I made sure to tell the team, like even after being up 2-0, that those are some top tier players there, and they're not going to be fazed by us being being up 2-0.
I mean, like right as we went up 2-0, I felt on top of the world. I was like, yeah, this is it. Like we got to close it out right here. But then things crumbled, and we made little mistakes.
It feels like the tiniest little lapse in concentration there for the RØKKR has cost them. And all of a sudden, FaZe starting to come alive.
And they are not letting anything go in the favor of RØKKR. We see Asim and Silly still start to struggle. It's such a hard job to be that entry player, to get on any type of flags. It is all dusted, and as Priester falls there, the last couple of gunfights will be exchanged, and we're gonna be going to map number 4, Miles. Jump on, FaZe get their kills, and FaZe make it a series, a 5-map series. Tim's pushing through, oh my goodness, wrong timing, wrong place, Alex finds one! Cell and Major Maniac, they just need to stay alive in a 1v2. Surely it's over.
There's 30 seconds left. Assault's got to go for it. He's got to make the play. He has to hit the defuse. He's got to find the 2 of them. FaZe back on up. Let him hit the bomb. Let him make the mistake. There's 20 seconds remaining. This to complete the reverse sweep. FaZe rise from the dead. The resurrection is complete.
When players have a loss and go their separate ways, you're making no improvement that way. Being able to get everyone together and have a good discussion about the loss when it's fresh is going to help us the most in the long run. We knew it's still super early in the season and we know our time's coming. We just got to keep working harder than all these other teams.
The only way we regress is if people get pissed at each other.
Yeah, literally, I'm telling you.
It's fine to be mad you lost.
Yeah.
And it's fine to be mad that we choked rounds and that we made mistakes. But it's the second you start holding it one loss over one person is when everything goes to shit.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, we need to fix our small talk.
We literally cannot break down now. Like, that was a tough L, obviously. It literally just shot me in the stomach, bro. Like, I experienced that last year in Champs, bro. I literally experienced that last Champs, bro. It literally it made me go crazy because of the fact that the season ended for me. So I could not make it up for it. I couldn't make up for my loss last year. So listen, everyone, Alex, I saw your tweet.
2 weeks, dude.
Bro, head up, bro. I had a really bad series against FaZe just because of how fast they play, and you guys literally carried me those first 2 maps. And for the rest of the series, bro. Trust me, bro. Like, literally don't break down, bro. This season just started for us, bro. Literally, we're good. I'm telling you, the last thing you want right now is to regret it in the future. Literally. Because when I lost at Champs, the worst part about it, bro, the worst part was that I had to go home and I could not make up for it. I couldn't make up for it. My season ended. So now that this season just started, bro, I'm telling you right now, that loss is out of the window for me, bro. I'm literally so focused on it.
At the end of the day, we have to look at the bigger picture. The final world championship at the end of the year, the prize pool, $2 million for first. You get the rings, you get the prestige. We can get second at all these tournaments this year, but if we win the one at the end, that's what we're gonna remember. That's what the fans are gonna remember.
Let me promise you, COD Nation, like, you do not want Minnesota winning this championship because I'm gonna annoy the out of all of you. I will be spraying my hyperbole all over your faces 24/7, 365 until the start of the following season. So unless you're a RØKKR fan, the last thing in the world that you want is us winning this cup.